Whoa. What's up, guys? I'm Will Reynolds. Welcome to the new look Bronco Beat. I've decided to start dressing a little more casually. I'm looking much prettier. Everything is going uphill.
But you're not Will Reynolds. That would be me.
I don't know who this guy is, but I can assure you I am Will Reynolds.
Let me see this. Dude, that is a jerry-rigged picture of you on my ID.
I'm Will Reynolds.
You're not Will Reynolds.
I'm Will Reynolds. We'll do it live.
It's time for Bronco Beat. Welcome to Bronco Beat. I'm your host, Will Reynolds. It's time for our recap segment. Let's get you caught up on what you missed last week. Football lost to Midland by a score of 32-24. In that game, Taj Willingham led the Broncos with 197 rushing yards and 1 touchdown, which included a 99-yard run that broke the school record that was held since 1969 and tied the GPAC and NAIA record as well. The volleyball team advanced to the GPAC championship, beating Concordia last Saturday in the quarterfinals in straight sets. Sage Meyer had 13 kills. In the semifinals against Midland on Wednesday night, the Broncos rallied from a 2-point deficit, followed by a 6-2 run to take the first set. The Broncos would go on to sweep the Warriors again behind Sage Meyer, who had 16 kills this time, and as a team, the Broncos totaled 12 blocks. Men's soccer won their semifinal match against Midland 3-2. In that game, 9 cards were handed out, 4 of which were red. Nonetheless, the Broncos prevailed behind goals from Mark Tots, Danny Whitehall, and Murillo Cerulli. However, the Broncos will be without Daniel Whitehall moving forward, as he has been suspended indefinitely by the NAIA, who has yet to make an official ruling on the subject. Hastings plans to appeal the suspension. Women's soccer won in their semifinal match as well, this time in penalty kicks. Backup goalkeeper Emma Toohey came in for the PKs after spending the whole game on the sideline. She allowed only 1 Midland goal in 4 attempts, effectively saving the Broncos' season. Hastings advanced, outscoring the Warriors 3-1 as Olivia McMahon had the game winner. Men's basketball had 4 games since our last episode. On November 3rd, they beat Bethel College on a Jake Hansen buzzer-beating layup to make the final score 80-78. The next day against the host McPherson, they won 79-70 behind a Drew Callahan double-double. He had 16 points and 10 rebounds. On Tuesday, in their home opener, the Broncos played Bethel College again and handled them with ease as Jake Hansen had 4 3-pointers, 18 points, and the team shot 52% from the floor. Due to the timing of both the men's soccer championship and the men's basketball game on Thursday, we do not have a recap, but here is what the scores were. Welcome back to Bronco Beat. We are here with the fake Will Reynolds, but really it's Jerod Fox, our resident.
Well, Will, don't need an introduction. I'll let the jersey do the talking.
There you have it, in the flesh and blood. Jerod Fox, diehard Royals fan, Kansas Jayhawk fan, Hastings College fan, more importantly, duh. And we're going to talk about the new men's and women's basketball jerseys from this season. So we saw the men's jerseys last night debuted, but we're going to go ahead and start with the women's jerseys. And we see a nice charcoal gray color, with a nice Bronco font on the front, nice and clean. So Jerod, what are your Fox What are your thoughts on this initial jersey?
I really like what the girls team has done with this jersey. They have the new Nike jerseys, which are nice. These are kind of reminiscent of the football jerseys, honestly. The same charcoal color and that bold Bronco font up front, which is really characteristic of Hastings College. You look at that Bronco font right there and you know what jersey you're looking at. You know that they belong to Hastings College. I really like the design. The crimson on the charcoal really just makes it pop, makes it look modern, makes them look kind of intimidating out there on the court.
And I would assume these can be worn on the road or at home, wherever, because usually on jerseys you'll have the town or the city that the country or that the team is from on the front of the jersey, but then at home you'll have their mascot typically. So obviously it can be worn either home or away. And then moving on to the men's jerseys, we have the white, a lot of white on that jersey, just the Under Armour logo on the chest, and then obviously the fish head Bronco logo. So thoughts on this one?
Yeah, like you said, a lot of white, and that's one of the things that I kind of have against this jersey. I see what they were trying to do. It's the more modern look. The Spurs have done it. They just have their logo and then their number up here. But like you said, the issue for me is all the white, because you look right here, there's white space down, just straight down the side on both sides of the jersey. We've got a lot of action right here in the middle, but then there's just nothing else. And so I think what I would have liked to have seen them do was maybe play around with the placement and the sizing of the logo, of the number. Just maybe make it look not so bland, I guess.
Yeah, I would agree with you. And they got new jerseys last year. They have a maroon one, still by Under Armour, and then a couple others that they'll mix in and out. But new jerseys for the men's and women's basketball team. Thanks for coming in, Jerod, talking about them.
Of course.
All right. You'll hear us on the call most of the basketball games this season, but we'll be right back with some more Bronco Beat. Welcome back to Bronco Beat. Now it's time for our preview segment. It'll be senior day on Saturday for the Bronco football team as they host Northwestern College in their season finale. Kickoff is set for 1 p.m. at Lloyd Wilson Field. Bronco volleyball will face York College as well for the third time this season, this time in the GPAC Tournament Championship. That game will be played on Saturday in Lynn Farrell Arena, time to be determined. Both men's and women's soccer advanced to the GPAC Tournament Championship. The men won in regulation while the women advanced on penalty kicks. The men hosted Concordia Thursday, as I mentioned in the recap, and the women will play this evening in Seward at 7 p.m., trying to avenge their loss to the Bulldogs, which cost them the regular season GPAC championship. The men's basketball team is off to a 5-0 start. They're playing in the Sterling Classic this weekend down in Kansas. The Broncos will play number 16 Tabor College this afternoon at 4 p.m., and again tomorrow against the host, Sterling College, at 7 p.m. Women's basketball begins their season in Crete, playing in the Dome Classic. Their first game is tonight at 6 p.m. against Ottawa University, followed by a matchup with William Penn on Saturday at 1:30 p.m. Plenty of opportunities to get out and support your Broncos as the fall sports season comes to a close and the winter season begins. We'll be right back with more Bronco Beat. Our Bronco Athlete of the Week is women's soccer goalkeeper Emma Toohey. As we previously mentioned, she made 3 saves, allowing only 1 goal in penalty kicks, which essentially saved the Broncos' season, keeping them alive for a potential GPAC championship and a bid to the national tournament. Now it's time for our poll update. The Bronco football team remains unranked for the 3rd straight week. The men's soccer team dropped from 6th to 7th. The women's soccer team is currently unranked. They are 28 points away from being ranked in the final top 25 poll. The Bronco volleyball team is currently awaiting their national tournament seeding. Both the volleyball and men's and women's soccer national tournament seedings will be released on Monday at various times. We'll have an in-depth look on our next episode of Bronco Beat.